All right, another few UAE updates for you guys. Okay, before I give you the UAE updates, I just want to share a couple of things. I receive a lot of messages, WhatsApp, email. Okay, now I need you to understand a couple of things. Like example, I got this. I don't know who's this person. UAE number said, Loy, how about putting regular updates on UAE visas and UAE jobs? Okay, just put regular updates. So the person then said that, see, if you check this channel, it's a Hindi channel, Hindi and Urdu channel. Every day they are putting, okay, the visa update for today. Okay, jobs for welders, jobs for foremen, jobs for cleaners. He's saying, see how many views they are getting. And that Hindi channel, he speaks in Hindi. He's like, like one of those guys from Sonapur, like that. Namaste and Aaj ki thaza khabar and this and that. And the Urdu guy, whatever. They're trying to make it look like a news channel. Okay. The views were around in 100,000, almost all his views 100,000. And in every thumbnail, he had in Hindi, he had Sheikh Mohammed's photo and visas, breaking news and visa, you can get visa now. And okay. And in every video, he was saying, click here, I will send you the visa updates. And okay. See, the problem with this is, I know for a fact, most of the news, what he's sharing is bullshit. Okay. He's just wanting to get more and more subscribers and viewers. Every day you don't get a visa update. Every day, and especially a guy who talks Hindi or Urdu, they are not going to get the ministry or the government telling them, listen, today the visa update is this. So what I want to tell you is, I don't want to mislead my audience just for the sake of views. Okay. The person even told me, like, Law, you will get plenty of views if you do this. The second thing is, my core audience are not plumbers, Plumbers, you say. Yeah. One of you had corrected me last time. Not plumbers. I used to pronounce it as B. My Malayali English, plumber. Okay, plumber. Okay. Cleaners, electricians. They are not my target audience. And I don't do Hindi. This guy was saying, if you speak in Hindi, even if it's funny, people will like it. This is not what I want. Then the other thing was, one other idea person gave me is, Loy, advertise these jobs. I've told you before, these jobs are misleading. They are fooling people to give their email address, to give them hopes, so that they would keep watching their channel, or they would keep, checking their links, until one day they realize, oh, this guy is fooling me. This is not my style. I just want to tell you that much. Okay. So I'm not going to start putting everyday visa update. I mean, even if I had a contact, let's say I had a contact in the visa department, he's not going to be getting everyday visa update to tell the media. Okay. Just check Gulf News, Khaleej Times. Do you think they are giving you visa updates every single day? They are giving you only when there is an assurance. Because if they keep giving wrong information, they'll have to keep backtracking their statement and say, we apologize. You can't do that, man. Okay, so I just want to be clear about this. The other thing is questions about the visa, visit visa, tourist visa. I've told you this before. Check with your airline, the airline company that you trust, or the travel agent who you trust. Let them do all the research and hard work. they will tell you the best possible way. And I made it also very clear that unless you're completely and fully vaccinated, okay, you need to have, and not just some private clinic, because now in India and Pakistan and even in other countries like Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, they are issuing fake certificates. In fact, they're even giving fake vaccination, like it's filled with water. There are so many cases of this. Now, make sure it's a government certified, a hospital, or there should be some substantial evidence. Okay, because end of the day, when you're traveling to a new country, the country is, going to ask, show me evidence, show me proof. You can't show some bloody piece of paper from a clinic. Okay, so ask the travel agency. I've told you before, ask the travel agency, ask the tour operator, let them do the homework, and they will come out. See, because end of the day, this is their job 24/7. They will find out the exact requirements. Now, I have 2 articles that came out in Khaleej Times, and they spoke about the visas. Okay, they spoke about the visas. Now, I'll not read the whole article, but I'll just tell you what it says here. See, the vaccinated, here it says, the vaccinated passengers from India, Pakistan can fly to Sharjah, says Air Arabia. Now, I kind of understand where the confusion is. Dubai is saying one thing, Sharjah is saying another thing, Abu Dhabi is saying another thing. So yes, the confusion will be there. Okay, but end of the day, each emirate, the ruler who's there is responsible for his own, area. Okay, his own emirate that is taking care of. Unified, they will have certain rules, but individually, they'll have to manage. So now Dubai has its own set of rules, Abu Dhabi its own set of rules, Sharjah its own set of rules. Dubai is favorably with Emirates Airlines, Etihad is with Abu Dhabi, Air Arabia is with Sharjah. So now what they're saying is all passengers arriving in Sharjah and Ras Al Khaimah with newly issued e-visas must register with the ICA. Okay, passengers from India, Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka. Okay, you'll have to show COVID-19 vaccination records. All passengers arriving in these 2 emirates must have registered with the ICA prior to their departure. Now, fully vaccinated residents of these countries are to provide that they are traveling 14 days after taking the vaccination. Okay, and the second dose of vaccine in the UAE. They will also be asked to present a vaccination certificate and the green status on the Al Hosn app. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you'll have confusion. Okay, what is ICA? What is GD, FRA? What is the federal authority? So to make it easier, because see what happens is, here's the conundrum that I face. I put an update today. Okay, tomorrow Gulf News says something else. Day after tomorrow Khaleej Times says something else. So 3 days they change. Like I told you, UAE changes its laws like they change their bloody underwear. It depends if they wear one. Now, let's say a guy, somebody watches one of my videos after a week, and now the update is changed. And then he sends me a list of questions. Law, you said this, but what about that? And this is what the article says. I mean, I need to engage with the people who are responding to me. Yes, there are idiots who I ignore. But then I have this responsibility where I cannot start giving wrong information. Okay. So residents of Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Ras Al Khaimah and Northern Emirates must register with the ICA website, while Dubai should do the GDRFA, okay, platform. All vaccinated, non-vaccinated medical personnel, okay, like doctors, nurses, technicians can also enter. Educational sector, that is teachers of university, colleges, schools, and humanitarian cases. This was like what they said before. Now, passengers traveling from these countries are required a 14-day quarantine in the country where they are. And obviously this has to be validated with the airline or with the government. Okay. In case of Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, okay, quarantine at the third country, people, wait. In case passengers from India, Pakistan, Nepal and Sri Lanka are traveling in a 14-day quarantine at a third country and wish to travel prior to the quarantine period is over, they once again need to register with the relevant UAE authorities. See, so I'm sure you're as confused as you were when you checked my video before. Oh, should I do GDFRA? Should I do ICA? Oh, should I go with Air Arabia? Should I go with Dubai? This thing. So just follow a very simple answer that I gave you. Please check with your travel agent. Okay, check with one, see what he says. Check with another one, see what he says. Check with the third one. If all five, suppose you check with five, all five say the same, fine, you have a common answer for that day. Check with the airlines, then you'll have a common answer that day. The problem is there are these huge number of people who are desperately trying. Like one of the travel agents in India told me, Loy, I get around 1,000, 2,000 messages sometimes a day. It's crazy, it drives me mad. So I hope this is clear. Now, the second thing which I want to tell you is, people have been complaining about the airline fares. Oh, when I checked before it was cheap and now it's expensive. And there's also this article that says airline fares have doubled. Now, agreed, the fares have doubled. I'm pretty sure it is mostly from the very popular sectors like India, specifically Kerala. Okay, this is even without reading the article, I can tell you this, because the majority of the people who come to UAE are from India, and out of India, it's mainly Keralites. Now, instead of bitching and moaning about, oh shit, they have doubled the cost of the airline ticket, and they have doubled the cost of, what do you call that, hotel stay. The question is, do you want to travel or not? You don't want to travel, sit at home and wait until the prices crash. If you want to travel, if that is your priority, you need to understand this is a business. When there's demand, they'll charge more. When there's no demand, they'll charge you a throwaway price. The question is, did you have the capacity to travel? You didn't have the capacity to travel when they offered you at a throwaway price because your shit was not, your documents were not in place. Stop complaining, no? I mean, sending me messages, Loy, look at what they are doing, and sending me a before screenshot before they charge me this. And what the hell is wrong with you? You want everything to go in your favor? Sometimes I feel I'm talking to idiots. Loy, I can't go to the UAE. Okay, fine. Then, Loy, no, I can go to UAE, but they're charging me so much. Yeah, I just sometimes block these fucking idiots from even sending me a message. So anyway, this is what I want to tell. And lastly, with regards to jobs, okay, you guys keep asking me. I told you that jobs have started. Okay, there is a buzz of jobs, but it is not what the recruiters are advertising. Like I told you in the beginning of the video, right? These guys are every day they're coming. We need 4,500 people, 200 cleaners, 40 electricians, 20 engineers. From where the fuck are they getting these numbers? Who the fuck are they? Which international agency wants to deal with them? They are simply trying to fool you for views and giving you hopes. I can also do that. But then I understand the fact that the audience that watches my stuff are people who are at a certain caliber. They are not electricians, they are not plumbers, they are not, roadside cleaners. So the jobs that I'm dealing with, or I deal with if there's a client, are niche jobs. You could say minimum salary, even if it's the smallest job, is 1,000, 1,500 and above. Okay, so I never advertise 1,000, 1,500 because I know I'll get a huge swath of people who will all tell me, I don't have any money, please help me. So that is why I take job vacancies which are slightly higher, because I don't want to spend 20 minutes to half an hour chatting with one guy who wants a job for $1,000, and then in the end, "Law, I don't have any money, I'll pray for you, please help me." So, you know, and my YouTube channel doesn't run on, "Oh, I got 100,000 views today, yay." Yes, it feels good to have many views, but who's your target audience? So I hope this is clear. So jobs are there, but it's not like a tsunami of jobs. Everyone who goes to UAE will suddenly get a job. No. And please, I'm telling you again, if there's a guy on Facebook, if there's a guy on LinkedIn with his photograph and he has put managing director or founder or regional head of some recruitment agency or this thing, and he has put an Excel sheet with all these jobs and salaries, 100 out of 100 times these guys are scamming you. They don't have any fucking job. They're just hoping to leverage on your need by giving you hope. And if they find good CVs, they will start marketing and saying these people are registered with us by hiding your name and details. And with you, they'll hope that you register with them and they get some money out of you. It's simple business. I hope you understand this much. And please, one last thing, please do not travel if your documents are not in place. And if you get into trouble, like especially people who have not prepared and they go to the Middle East and looking out for a job, and after they land, "Oh Lord, help me, help. I have no job, I have no money, Lord, help." Pray to God, no. You anyway went without asking me, then why are you asking me now? It's like you already committed the crime and now you're in deep shit. I'm not your lawyer, man. Anyway, this is the update that I wanted to give you. One last thing is, for those who are planning to go to Expo, remember there will be a lot of hype, okay? There will be a lot of hype, and be careful what you put on social media. It will be heavily regulated and they'll be paying attention to every update that comes up. You can be rest assured. Okay, anything else that I come to know, I'll let you know. It's me signing off. You guys take care.